Hello and welcome. I'm back again with another journal. This one is my little froggy journal, and I just think he is absolutely adorable. I have got birch bark from my yard on here. This frog was off of a magazine cover, and then I have some just kind of a pond look, gravel from my yard, different little elements. I have a boulder here in the middle of the pond that this frog may have been living in. Let me show you the side here while I have it up. Just a lot of fabric tabs, kind of eclectic. And then the back is beautiful. And there's the spine. Let's get into this. Oh, I have charms on the bottom. Let me show you those before I forget. There's a mushroom, birdhouse that won't turn over. There's leaves. There's the birdhouse, leaves, and there's an owl. And then up here there is a like butterfly, dragonfly. I don't know what it is. Kind of don't look like either. There we go. Oh, let me see. I'm gonna move my light over a smidge. Let's get into it. I'm calling this one Ribbit because, you know, frogs are ribbits. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Inside I have distress ink stenciled everything. There's a little fox on this page. I did some fancy stitching here. This is just some specialty papers. And this has a duck, which I didn't even realize when I actually did it in the first place. And there is this little piece of ephemera here. Some mushrooms in the forest. This here has a little bit of vintage ephemera from the 1920s. This was a vintage envelope from then. And I just made a little tuck spot there just to kind of add more vintage ephemera on the back. Book page. Lots and lots of tabs. So I've sewn them different ways and have them all over the place. Faux stitched here. I was just trying to make it more of a junk journal versus having it as a, you know, fancy. It's got a lot of different digital kit type stuff in it. No one certain kind. So this is a script, learn how to do script. I hand stitched along here. What did they call that back in the day where they taught you how to do script? An old magazine. That's a new stamp I got, which I like. There's another froggy. And this is on every signature center. There's the charm, and then I put a little butterfly on the other string. Little scrap cluster here. More handmade paper. These are just teacher workbooks, planner books for kids. Oh, I thought there was another pocket. I have something to go in there. I will put it in there. Actually, you know what? This right back here can go in there because I had two things in that pocket. So we'll just stick this one in that pocket. How about that? It'll fit perfect. How about that? Yay. More from this book here. This was just a digital kit. Sewn. This is a German Edith Holden book page. Left the strings on most of them as long as they wanted to be. Another piece of that specialty paper. And I don't know if y'all can see this or not. Let me show this a little closer here. Actually, I probably should bring the camera down. Embossed. So pretty. I love it. And then we have a frog here. It's just a book page. and that stamp I bought. This is a little piece of fabric that you'll see later. And then some aspen tree leaf stamped specialty papers. This is a stamp that looks like a forest floor. Here I have a little field notes. These here are also available in my shop. I just put them in there. There's little pieces that go in. Let me just stack those up there. And their little tri-pocket is what a 3-tier pocket. There's actually 2 pockets. It's 3 tiers, but 2 pockets. And then depending how you glue it down would make it a 3rd pocket. And those go right back in there. Cute little way to tuck in a bunch of stuff. Have it as filed. This here, I have these in my shop on JJ with Joy on Etsy. These are photo transfers, so I took a laser printed photo and I got it on muslin. And, you know, you just take it, put it on, glue it on, take it off. And that's how it gets on the fabric. Hand stitching here with this handmade paper. This is from just a book. There's some Tim Holtz tape here and a little postcard thing there. Scrap cluster over here. That's just a book page. I did put some washi tape down here because it was a little too white. Left some plain pages so they could be written on. Tried to pull out anything I had that was foresty or woodland so I could add it in here. And this here I added a doily and some muslin from some kind of a pillowcase, I think is what it was. Same here. This is just kind of green cotton fabric with a little rusty pin. Pardon me. This has fancy stitching on it, but you can't see it because it's so dark. And then this beautiful postcard. And we have a little to-do list. If I saw a spot that could cover something and add a little writing spot, that's what I did. Little squirrel. I love these book pages. There's another butterfly on the charm. This is the 2nd signature. There's 5 signatures in here. And it's about your standard size. It might not be perfectly, you know. There's a little frog page. And then I added that in there. Oops. We have a number 3. There is a postcard, some vintage looking tape, I had this left over and I didn't know where to put it, so I figured I'd just stick it right in there. There's a little bear, he's a little postcard. And different size pockets, so everything can look different. Here's a belly band with mushrooms on us. That's a digital kit as well. Scrap cluster down the edge, and one on the other side. Little writing spot could be written this direction. All kinds of scrap clusters. That's a Tim Holtz stamp. There's a scrap cluster. Yeah, these are from a Fedco, F-E-D-C-O. It's a place that you can buy certain, oh, that was right the first time, plants and stuff. Seed catalog is what it is. This is a little catalog, or well, little notepad, excuse me. There's a little walnut down there. Handmade paper. These little pieces are handmade there. primary school writing paper. I always think they're fun to add in here. There's another little butterfly on there. This is a moth page. And there's a charm attached here, and it just has a number 365 on it. And we have a little bee stuck down in that pocket. An August page here. This is a watercolor. I stamped it and then I watercolored it. I made a journal with this, and this was the front cover of the journal. I liked it so well, I ended up making some smaller digitals so I could use them because I thought it was pretty cool looking. This is all calendar pages. I get calendar pages for free most of the time. Sometimes I pay 49 cents or something. We have the tomato page out of the book here. Yep, I'm turning, aren't I? And another scrap cluster on music page. An owl. Coffee dyed pages. This is the Edith Holden August page. And this is a vellum sheet from a digital. This is August's calendar. I hand drew this and printed it out too big accidentally. I was trying to make little cards, thank you cards for my shop, and I ended up printing it out too big, but it makes a cute little place. It's hand drawn but copied. There's a little frog. This is some specialty paper, has some little sparkly stuff in it, and then we have a tadpole here and another little frog ephemera piece in there. Tab on that page. There's a mushroom there. This is just a scrap piece. Don't waste anything. There's a little frog in there. And in here, when you untie this, I'll leave that. There's a little pocket. This goes in, and it's a little frog as well. I'll stick that in there just so I have it for later. A little bit of burlap just to kind of cut this down so it's not such a plain page. I love how this one stenciled, so pretty. More handmade paper, mulberry type paper. Tab there. And this is the back of, I love how this comes through. Vellum sheet. A friend had made me this. I thought that's very pretty. Used it in there. Had this just hanging off the end. There's the Edith Holden page again. And then on the back, I decided to do a little something different. I cut the page and sliced it, and then I used acrylic inks, and I don't know if you can see, but the frog's eyes are kind of creepy, and they all kind of sparkle a little bit. I put some glossy accents on that. So, if you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. And if you want to see more, subscribe and ring the bell, and you can see it every time I go live. Anyway, for now, remember your day is full of choices, so choose joy. Thanks for being here.